Hello again, folks. Eric here again, as I'm sure you know by now. Once again, I want to thank you all for visiting us here at Thrifty Survivor, at our Thrifty Survivor YouTube channel. And what I'm going to do today is part 2 of a 2-part video series, if you will, on this knife here. Once again, this is the Boker Desert Magnum, and I've got it in the sheath here, and I'll be pulling it out of the sheath, of course, here in a little bit. I did a review on it last video, so for those of you that haven't seen it, you might want to go ahead and take a look at that video. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to put it through its paces. Couldn't do it last time because it was raining, so you know, the knife and I would have survived, but the camera and the mic would not have survived. So anyway, so let's get down to it here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the knife out, and we'll go from there. Now, for those who don't want to check the previous video, just kind of give you a shot of the knife here. Again, the knife is actually a Boker brand. Boker is a German brand, and this is actually of the Magnum series. Magnum is basically, they got actually 3 divisions, and Magnum, I believe, is actually made in China, but it's still to Boker standards. And these are very good knives. In fact, if you take a look at Boker on Amazon, you'll find that some of these knives go for over $300. In fact, some of them even over $400. This one here you can get on Amazon for under $65 at it, you know, and I think I found it for around $51, just to give you all an idea, because again, we're Thrifty Survivor, not Expensive Survivor. Now, the blade here is not as thick as some of the other knives that I did a review. I would say it's probably about 4.5 millimeters thick, but again, it's a shorter blade than the Schrade knives that I did review on in the past. Those are almost a 1/4 inch thick. This is, like I said, it looks like it's probably about maybe 4.5 millimeters thick. It's still thick for a blade of this size. Anyway, let's get down to it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this log here, and this is actually magnolia. Magnolia is actually a hardwood. You know, I don't know exactly how hard it is. You know, I don't know how they rate hardness of wood, but this is definitely not pine. It's pretty hard to chop through. So I think it'll give you a good idea of what, you know, how well this will split. Now, this is probably not the best knife for splitting logs. I'm going to be right up front. This is more of a multi-purpose, if you will. It could be even a fighting knife if you look at the blade, just the way it's shaped. The point is centered with the handle, which means it actually could be quite good for drilling. But once again, if you want to use it for fighting, it's got a little section here and a little hook, well, actually on both ends. So, you know, you shouldn't cut yourself. Anyway, let's get down to what we're going to get down to today. I'm not going to fight anyone with the knife today. You don't want to see my kung fu. If you did, you'd never watch us again. So, all right, here, let's go. And here is my homemade baton. Hope it looks nice. All right, let's see what we get here. Yeah, I'm going to try to get that more centered. Here goes. Well, okay. That went pretty well, actually. And I'm going to go ahead and quarter it, because obviously I'm going to have to show you some feather sticking, and I'm going to do some chopping here for you as well. I actually thought it was going to take longer to get through this. All right, now let's see how well this thing will feather stick. Here we go. And I'm going to give Brian a chance to kind of zoom the camera down here. so y'all can see what's going on. Now, once again, this is magnolia, and magnolia is hard. It's a hard wood. If you've ever chopped down a magnolia tree or tried to split a log that's magnolia, you'll know it's hard. It's about like maple. You know, it's getting up there. Pretty hard wood. So here, let's go. Let's just see how well this feather. Oops, sorry, got through that. Oh yeah, getting her done there. Now for feather sticking, ideally you're going to probably want to use pine. In fact, that's what I would do. But I don't know if you can see that. You can see we got some pretty good curls there. Once again, out of the hard wood. So, so anyway, honestly, I think just about any knife, if it's sharp, should be able to feather stick. I don't honestly think showing you that it can feather stick is really saying much about the knife. I think more when you get into splitting logs or chopping, now you're talking about the ability of a knife. Anyway, now let's move on to the next section. All right, now let's do some chopping. Let's see how that works. Now this knife actually is pretty light compared to some of the other knives. In fact, all of the other knives I did reviews on, this is the lightest. Given the fact that it's as light as it is, and it can do what it can do, I think says something. Now, I'm going to try not to hit my fingers. If I was a better shot, I think this would go a lot quicker. It ain't doing too bad, actually. I'm surprised. And that log underneath is moving, so it ain't making it too easy. It's not a real stable log. And I'm not whacking at it real hard. I'm trying to be somewhat precise. And for me, that ain't easy. As light as it is, I'm surprised at how well this thing is chopping. You know what? I think it'd be easier to just do it this way. Okay. Well, there we go. Got through that. Now we're going to try throwing. Brian, stay right there and don't move. Trust me. No, we're not going to do that. Really, I'm actually impressed.
At least you got a big target.
Well, a big blue target. So at least it's not yellow.
Yeah.
Last time. So. But anyway, no, I was actually pretty surprised. I know the feather sticking didn't look too good, but that's really hard wood. So, if you look at how, now this piece of wood here that I chopped through, I believe is also magnolia, either that or it's maple. So it's also hard wood, but I have to tell you, it is hollow in the middle. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, still got through it. And I'm going to go ahead and just quickly talk about the sheath once again. I know some of y'all saw the first video, but for those of you who didn't and who don't have the time to go back and look at the other, what I like about the sheath here is, first off, it has a little pouch here in the front. And for those of you that like to carry a ferro rod or maybe a small sharpening stone or whatever, you can throw it in there. And this one's got a clip here, which is kind of nice because it secures everything. Also, the sheath is reversible. Most of them, this section here is going to be at an angle so that you can put the knife in one way and it won't go in the other way. Not here. Here you can put it either way, this way or that way. The knife isn't going to complain either way. So you can wear it on your left side, your right side. If you want to cross draw, if you're left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't matter. You can use this sheath. You've also got a little drop lanyard here that you can throw up here. If you want your sheath to hang lower, you can do that. And you've also got the leg straps here. Now these leg straps are actually adjustable, you know, depending on the size of your thigh, but what I like about them is they're also elastic. And I think I mentioned this in the last video. When you strap something on your leg and you walk around, your muscles are going to expand and contract. So if you get it to where you're standing and it's comfortable, you get it nice and snug and you try to walk with it. Try that sometime and you'll see how comfortable that is. Okay, it's not a concern with this, and it's pretty, you know, pretty firm elastic. But again, it's both adjustable and elastic and removable. You can remove these straps if you just don't want to use them. For instance, if you just wanted to hang it up a little higher and not worry about that, you can do that as well. And you got a little bracket down here. If you're not using this, well, you probably saw me pull it off. You can just stick it on there. You got everything with you, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching. Please give us a big thumbs up, share, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe, and leave your comments below. We always like to hear from y'all, suggestions or just regular comments. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon, and bye for now.